Hi, this is Ethan Musolin, the Merchant of Success, and welcome to this video. And in this particular video, I'm going to share with you about what Rotary Vijana Poa is all about, why you should consider it, and what you can exactly do to make sure that this particular program moves forward. Just a little bit about me is that I am the chair of District 9211 for Rotary Vijana Poa 2015-2016. And I'm a Rotarian, of course, and I want to share with you the details about what this program is all about. So first of all, what is the word Vijana Poa all about? Vijana Poa is a Swahili word meaning youth are cool. And remember, you cannot just use the word Vijana Poa to make it a real brand of what it is. It is actually Rotary Vijana Poa. And we are saying that the youth can only be cool when they have some money, some cash in their pocket, not when they are depending on someone else, but when they are self-sufficient. So what is this program all about? First of all, before I tell you what it is, let me highlight to you what the actual challenge is all about. First of all, the youth unemployment in Uganda and Tanzania is running riot, so to speak. And we are saying Uganda and Tanzania because those are the two countries that make up District 9211 in Rotary. Because we know for a fact that in Uganda, youth unemployment is at 64%. So that's either the youth are unemployed or they are underemployed, and that is not sustainable. In Tanzania, unemployment is about 53.3%, and we are saying again, this is not sustainable. And why should you care about youth unemployment? What I've been sharing with most Rotarians is that if one of us is not well, then all of us are not well. Therefore, if our youth are not well, if they are not empowered financially, then it means you and I are not fully empowered. And we are saying for a healthier economy, for a healthier world, then we need youth who are empowered, who are making things happen. Otherwise, one day, they might rise up in arms saying that it's you and me who have made them suffer. And I also believe that the bigger the challenge, the bigger the call. And we know that Rotary tackles the biggest challenges in the world. We know we are almost kicking polio out of the world. And I believe the next frontier, the other biggest need we have right now in this world of ours today is solving the challenge of youth unemployment. Now, just to give you a background in that this Rotary Vijana Poa is an initiative by the current district governor of District 9211, that is Robert Wagwa Nsibirwa. And I believe you should be seeing him on the screen shortly. That's the gentleman there. So to be clear, this is his initiative. For me, I'm simply a servant. I'm called to serve by the district governor to make things happen. Now, I know that what happened is that he called upon me. And I have a team that I'm working with. One of the people I'm working with is called Shubi Nantege, who is the coordinator. From the Tanzanian side, we have different personalities there. We have like Kamini Chudasama, who is a Rotaractor. By the way, Shubi is also a Rotaractor. We have Rotarian Kishan. Rotarian Kishan from Dar es Salaam is the one taking the lead. He's a vice chair from the Tanzanian side. And of course, the current and then past district governor Harish Bhatt, who has also been very, very helpful in this particular endeavor, is the advisor. He's been very helpful advising on how to make sure that this happens. So he's the chief advisor from across, so to speak, in Tanzania to make sure that this program really becomes a success. Now, I also believe at the end of the day that the bigger the challenge, the bigger the opportunity. Now, there are a couple of things that we've already come up with. What is the vision? The vision is that every youth is running a sustainable enterprise or gainfully employed. Again, there are two things. Either they are gainfully employed or they are running a sustainable enterprise. Our mission is to create opportunities where youth start, grow, and sustain their enterprises while enabling those seeking employment to become professional and productive. The project goal is to train, empower, and inspire youth to be professional, innovative, employable, employed, and to employ others. Here are some of the objectives. Some of the objectives is to establish a youth training center so as to equip youth with employable and entrepreneurship skills, also to source credit support for young people's innovations and businesses. And we raise this because we notice that many youth are complaining that they do not have enough credit, enough capital to make sure that they kickstart their ideas. The other one is to equip the hard-to-employ youth with skills and also get them employed. Now, here are some of the targets that we have that by 1st May 2016, what are some of those goals that we are aiming for? Number one is to have at least 1,000 enterprises started by then, and also have 2,000 or more internship placements, which would turn into at least 1,000 jobs down the road. Because we believe that when research tells us that when someone is interning, you increase their employability opportunities by at least 80%. We're also planning to have a Rotary Vijana Poa annual fair. By then, to also have a business plan concerning the Youth Employment Center, Rotary Vijana Poa Youth Employment Center, which will offer space, opportunities, learning opportunities, both employability and entrepreneurship skill empowerment to drive our youth forward. Now, we believe if we do these things by 1st May of 2016, then we will have enough data to launch this on a massive scale. Some of the strategies we are looking at is partnering with different youth centers to enroll potential employers in this particular regard, to engage Rotary and Rotary Clubs to own the initiative. Remember, this has to be owned at a club level, and that's the drive we are looking at. We are also looking at fundraising for the Secretariat, of course, and we are looking at using multimedia to reach out to as many people as possible. And that's one of the reasons, for example, why I'm recording this, because I know I'm not able to go to each and every club to speak, because in the district we have over 100 clubs. So I may not be in position to divide myself into different pieces to go to all those clubs. So we are planning to use video, audio, text, different forms of media to reach out to as many people as possible, because we cannot reach out to each and every youth face to face. We are also looking at potential business partnerships, whereby, for example, once we've trained the youth and we've equipped them with the skills and they have these brilliant ideas, you can partner with them and even have shares in their projects. Of course, you can give them grants, and yet at the same time, you could have shares in winning projects. Because one of the, I think that's Margaret from the Rotary Club of Wandegea, said, she was suggesting that she could have this money, for example, and then get the youth to promise that by a particular date to have paid the money back, and of course with a small interest as an example. That is an option available, where someone pays some money each month. For example, if you give them some money and you say, I'm giving this to you for the next 6 months or 12 months, then pay me so much money per day or per week, to recoup your capital back and possibly a small interest. Then after those 6 or 12 months, by the time you pull out, these youth already have enough momentum to move forward. We are also exploring opportunities to get a global grant, of course. Now, the areas of focus are unemployed youth in communities, the hard-to-employ youth, and we are looking at the age of 18 to 30. Why that particular age? Of course, from 18, that's an adult. We do not want to get into child labor laws. And why not above 30? We believe by the age of 30, at least someone has explored so many opportunities around them, and therefore they may not be as needy as someone someone who is below the age of 30. Now, here's the progress of the project as we speak. Of course, the project plan and work plan are already in place. Some of the biggest employers are willing to partner with us. Some youth centers are already willing to partner with us moving forward. Now, this is critical in that at your club level, if you found a youth center or any place, it could be a place of worship where they are willing to offer you free space to do training, that would be fantastic, because then you will be able to save on the cost. You'd be able to save on the cost that you'd have otherwise spent in terms of paying money in a hotel. We have already we've already done a pilot that we did it sometime between May and June of this year. So we did a pilot and 14 graduates went through this. Then we have also had a training of trainers, and we already have 16 trainers who can come to your club and deliver this. Though, of course, we would want you to send some of the representatives from your club for a training, and I'll be giving you details about that. Then we also have a domain name. We have a website which is live. It is still under development, but it has the basic information as of this recording, because you might be watching this when it's all well polished up and done. But if you go to Rotary Vijana Poa, that is rotaryvijanapoa.com, which you should be seeing on the screen, rotaryvijanapoa.com. Then we convinced a web hosting company, Imaginate, and they are hosting this site for free, and in return, we have their logo and link on our site. Again, if you want to partner with us, you are willing to provide some cash or some ways of services that you think would be important to this particular project, hey, you're open to contact us at admin@rotaryvijanapoa.com, and then we can partner together, and then we can have your logo, your website on our platforms, and then that would be a win-win. As of this recording, we have over 30 internship opportunities which have been provided by Rotarians. So I would encourage you that if you're a Rotarian and you're working somewhere, or a Rotaract and you have your own business or at an enterprise somewhere, and you have internship opportunities, please let us know. You can inform your particular club. You can inform the chair of Rotary Vijana Poa of your particular club, and then once these youth have gone through a training, a formal training, which takes 8 days, by the way, then they can come. All you need to provide is transport and meals for these interns, because then you're providing a lifetime opportunity where they get these skill sets. And then how about from a project standpoint? How far are people going in terms of implementing Rotary Vijana Poa? So far I have some examples from Uganda. Then I'll be collecting some examples from Tanzania, and then I will update you in terms of the progress being made across. But in Uganda, for example, some of the ideas which have been put across is that some Rotarians from the Rotary Club of Kajansi, they put some resources together, just a little under $100. You can't believe this. And they put up a water source, metered water. And now these youth, in a community which didn't have clean water, they are able to charge money for these for the community members. They're able to charge money, and then they're able to earn an income out of that, and then that money they are saving it, which then they will be able to put and invest into other income generating projects. So that is an ingenious way, and it is a win-win situation at the end of the day, because these youth are earning money, the community is impacted because they are getting clean water, restaurants are getting clean water, people who have less disease outbreaks because of clean water. So it's a win-win. And as of this recording, just to let you know that because this project was launched on 25th April by the district governor, who was a DGE then, that is Robert Wagwansibirwa, and it was the first Rotary Vijana Poa. And as of the time of this recording, each and every day, they are saving between 40 to 60,000 shillings. So that's about 12 to $18 thereabouts per day from a project that cost no more than $100. That's a huge return on investment. So it's about you thinking creatively to figure out what you can do as a club. So you should be seeing, I think, some pictures on the screen. That is our district governor who is launching that project, the water project that I was talking about. And the other achievement, like I told you about, again, we have the trainers. That should be an image of some of the trainers who graduated through this particular program. And then we have some participants of that training program, the graduates of the training of trainers. They are creating a business called Vijana Poa bags. So that way they can demonstrate to participants what they themselves can do as facilitators. Some of the other achievements is that during the DCA, that was DCA in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, May of 2015, the Rotaractors of Uganda and Tanzania raised 300,000 Tanzanian shillings to be able to launch a joint project. Then during the same period, past district governor Harish Bhatt also pledged seed money worth 5 million Tanzanian shillings to help out these particular youth in Tanzania to be able to launch out some income generating projects. Now, just also give you an idea of how powerful this program we are running is. Out of the 14 participants who did a pilot, at least 6 of them were able to launch some projects because we give them a task to use 10,000 shillings to start an enterprise, and 6 of them were able to start an income generating project. In fact, the best participant out of that group, they were able to generate 41,000 Uganda shillings profit within a period of 2 days. So that's amazing. And what was this person doing? They actually launched a shoe polishing business, and they now even have 2 employees. And about 30 days later, this particular youth was able, who is called Ibra, was able to raise revenue worth 410,000 shillings, which is about $120, which is not bad for someone who was unemployed. So that shows you the power of what can change. Then in Dar es Salaam, in Tanzania, the clubs of Dar es Salaam, they combined together and they formed, they built the Youth Entrepreneurship Center, which is at Dar es Salaam University. And of course, the university is central. It gives us credibility. And the other thing also is that they are able to equip these youth with skill sets to be ready for the job market out there, and to also offer them entrepreneurship skills. So this is a great achievement, for kudos to our Rotarians in Tanzania, the 6 clubs in Dar es Salaam who set this up. So if you're in Tanzania, I would encourage you to see how you can utilize this particular center to maximize its resource abilities and opportunities. Now, there are also, some clubs have also been making headways. For example, I know that Kajansi already has at least 5 enterprises of youth who have been organized in different specialities. They are builders, they are people who have started a fishing business related to fish, because there is a center, a fishery, they have graduates from a fisheries institute. They are saying, hey, so organize yourself, see how you can do your fish, how can you sell fresh fish different from everyone else. So they are already moving ahead with steam. So that would be a good club for you to reference to contact and see how you can make this happen. I know that the chair, as of this recording, the chair of their Rotary Vijana Poa team is Alex Kamukama, so you can look him up and seek advice on on how they are moving things so quickly. I know that in Mukono, they got the Rotary Club of Mukono. They got someone who was already doing energy saving stoves. They convinced him to pass on these skills to the youth. And I think you should be getting some pictures on the screen. So what they are doing is they invested about 2 million Uganda shillings. That's about 600 US dollars. And now they have organized themselves into 21 youth, and this project is going to impact at least 21 youth doing this particular, creating these particular stoves, and then they are going to earn an income out of that. So that's also an example of a project to inspire you to be more creative, to see what your club can do. I know that the Rotary Club of Kabarole, for example, they have created an opportunity for these youth to create bricks out of maram. You can imagine. And they have already gone ahead as a club. They have put money aside to be able to see how they can have these youth be trained in the Rotary Vijana Poa curriculum, which takes 8 days. So remember, it's not just equipping these youth with money, but most importantly with the skill set to change their mindset. Once again, the program looks at two strands: employability skills, because we have many youth who do not have the right mindset and skill set and mentality to be able to do work. They want work, and yet when they get opportunities, they do not want to work as much as they should do. Things like time management, being disciplined, being honest. And most importantly, we want to equip these youth and inculcate in them the 4-way test, such that they are honest, such that they are truthful, such that whatever they are doing is beneficial to the community, such that whatever they are doing builds goodwill and better friendships. So the other thing, so those are some of the examples that would help you, that can trigger your mind in terms of what you can do. Also, just to alert you that these internships, once people go through training, because there are people who are not so necessarily so excited about the entrepreneurship, then you will link them up to potential internships or job opportunities themselves, because then these are highly skilled people. All right. So these are the particular actions we expect from Rotary Clubs. Number 1, identify a chair for Rotary Vijana Poa program and form a committee around that chair. Number 2, create a Rotary Vijana Poa fund in the club to support the training sessions and also seed capital for enterprises. So what we mean by that is, typically once you get these youth ready, you get a training space, so you need things like snacks, water, then ideally also a transport refund for the facilitators, and of course their meals if they have to go up country, and the like, accommodation. So the basic costs really. Then you should also target to train more than 60 youth by 30th October, ideally, latest 30th November, latest, but ideally by 30th October. So why 60 youth? We are coming to that number based on our pilot study, in that we believe that if you train at least 60 youth, then at least 30 of them will start enterprises, and at least 10 of those will be able to sustain those enterprises for at least a year, which would be fantastic. Remember, by the way, there are awards attached to the number of enterprises that you run, or that you enable these youth to open up and sustain. One is the DG Bob Award. So you come and shake DG's hands, you get an award as a club for having started and sustained at least 5 enterprises. Now, if you sustain 10 or more enterprises, then I will also offer my time for your club. I'm calling it the Moso Award, and I'm attaching a value of at least $1,000, because that's the minimum I would charge for such an engagement, bare minimum. And then I will be able to spend time with your club members and people of your choice for a full day. I'll come and I can pass on my skill sets of your choice. It could be sales, it could be public speaking, team building, customer service, stress management, work-life balance. So there are many skill sets I can pass on: productivity, personal branding, personal marketing, effective supervisory skills. So there are many skills I could pass on. Then I will offer my time for free to thank you for having created or enabled to open up at least 10 enterprises that you would have sustained until 1st of May 2016. And it's possible really to come up with at least 10 enterprises by then. Next, would expect you, once you get communication, we'll communicate soon, and the communication it will be to open up training of trainers. And ideally would want at least 4 members from each club, because once each club has 4 trainers, then you can be self-sustaining in that you can handle these trainings whenever and wherever. Because right now it's that you have to contact the secretariat to send you trainers, and I foresee a time whereby we would be so overstretched that we may not be able to serve all the clubs according to their schedule. So we are planning to hold regional trainings for Rotarians and Rotaractors, whereby each club has representatives or certified trainers. Then we would also encourage you to invest in the enterprises that these youth would have started. So it could be grants, it could be, you are having a shareholding of sorts, but these youth definitely need some support. So that's specifically it for Rotary Clubs. Now, for Rotary Clubs, again, we would encourage you to identify a chair and a committee for Rotary Vijana Poa. Then you mobilize unemployed youth from your community to participate in trainings. Organize the Rotary Vijana Poa training for your club and participate in the Rotary Vijana Poa events. And of course, we expect you to become cadres. Now, here is the deal. One of the easiest ways that I've been recommending, that the team and I have been recommending, is we are suggesting that each Rotary Club, you could actually partner with the Rotary Clubs, because Rotary Clubs, typically they are more connected to the youth, they know where they are, and they usually have a bit more time. So then while Rotarians typically have more experience, access to more resources, and they can offer technical guidance here and there. So the two, you would have a winning team. So we'd encourage you to partner. And of course, when it's award time, you will have a joint award if you hit the targets that we are looking at. Now, as a secretariat, we promise to offer you a couple of things. One is to offer you the training kits, which would equip these youth for, to equip these youth with employability and entrepreneurship skills. That kit is ready, by the way. Then tentatively, for now, we can provide you trainers until such a time when your club has its own trainers. Then we can offer you technical support. We'll also be doing monitoring and evaluation. And most importantly, we would like to suggest to you that when you're organizing these trainings, you could, since there are 60 youth, you could look at a group of youth who are formally educated, whereby the instruction is, say, in English. Let's say university graduates and senior 6 graduates, all that, that whole package. And then the other 30 could be another group who may not necessarily be formally educated, and you have to use local language and local examples, whatever you want to call it. So that's because this program is targeting both those who are formally educated and those who are not formally educated. They could have dropped out of school, or they may never have gone to school at any one moment. And this program also is not just for Rotaractors, it's for youth in general. But for each and every youth, they have to apply through either a Rotaract club or a Rotary club. Now, as of this recording, each club has already received a package, an information package, and I'm talking about the president, the current president, secretaries, and treasurers. By now you should have received a package that gives you the one-pager which explains to you what Rotary Vijana Poa is all about and the action points that I have enumerated here. There's a registration form whereby if this youth is coming, how do you register them? Number 3, there are guidelines on the sort of youth you should look out for. And lastly, we also offered you a draft budget which you should give you an idea of what it would typically cost for 60 people. Now, moving forward, when you're forming a committee, there are a couple of positions you may think about. You may think about a project coordinator, someone in charge of monitoring and evaluation, finance, public relations, fundraising, training coordination, placements, and background check. Background check is you're doing a background check on the participant and also the organization that you are looking at. Now, you can also talk, in terms of moving forward, you can contact us on email, that is admin@Rotary Vijana Poa. You can contact Shubi, who is the coordinator, that is 2015-2016, so these phone contacts would change if this is past June 30th, 2016, then there would most probably be new office bearers. So please note, depending on the time when you're watching this video, these are contacts that are relevant as of 2015-2016 term of office. So for Shubi, you can call her on +256 774 941495. Kishan, who is the vice chair from the Tanzania side, you can reach him directly on his email address, that is kdhebar@insignia.co.za. Insignia is insignia.co.tz. And Kamini Chudasama, her number is +255 78 93 99 388. +255 78 93 99 388. Her email address is kamini.chudasama@gmail.com. So those are the contacts that would be very relevant to you right now as of 2015-2016. My personal phone number is +256 772 936361. +256 772 936361. My email address is ethan.mussolini@gmail.com. ethan.mussolini@gmail.com. And once again, it's been a pleasure hanging out with you. Hopefully you're inspired to impact our youth. I really challenge you to go forth, if you're a Rotarian or a Rotaractor, to see how to move this project forward. Even if you're not a non-Rotarian and you'd want to partner with us, you can access those contacts that I've given you to see how you can partner with us. We need more partners on board, whether corporate or non-corporate or individuals. It could be in terms of strategy, it could be in terms of financial resources. We can definitely use a lot of that, because our vision is to get every youth working. And for us to realize that dream, we need as many people as possible. So at your club, if the chair of Rotary Vijana Poa calls upon your support, please chip in. Whether it's your time, it's your energy, it's your skill set or resources, please come in. Let's see how we can move this project forward. I know that this project is very, very close to our District Governor, Robert Wagwansibirwa. So let's support him in this particular vision. But it's not just his vision. It is our vision, because our youth deserve jobs, they deserve enterprises, they deserve a better livelihood. And I believe that if you and I can chip in and do whatever we can, then our youth will live a better life, and history will refer to you and I for having been part of this historic movement to make sure that every youth gets working. So it's Ethan Mussolini, the Merchant of Success, and also the District 9211 Chair of Rotary Vijana Poa. I love this program, I love this movement, and I pray and believe that you'll come join us to make this happen. So contact the personalities I've told you about, talk to the chairs of Rotary Vijana Poa. If you do not know who the chairperson of Rotary Vijana Poa is, talk to your president. By now, they ought to have picked or identified the chair of Rotary Vijana Poa, or if not, at least talk to the chair of Youth Services. So thank you so much. God bless.